What we're going to do now is show you how to store your cryptos and NFTs like a pro. It's going to be important for you to understand how to really secure your digital assets. So let's get into it. I created quite a few slides to help us better understand this area. So again, how to store your cryptos and NFTs like a pro. One rule of thumb is to view an online exchange, a DEX, or even a hot wallet. So that would be a wallet that's on your phone or a wallet where you're using a Chrome extension tool like we have right here. You want to use this as an everyday carry, so to speak. So think of this as cash that you take out from the ATM, and maybe you're going out to the club or you're going out for a nice dinner. So it's not your long-term investment, right? So do not view this as a long-term secure solution. Use these similar to how you would use a hotel. You're in and then you're out. So here's an example. On the left, this looks like a Chrome extension wallet from Exodus. And of course, you are backing up to paper. So always write down your recovery seed. But at the end of the day, your private keys are stored on the software. Even though you have your seed phrase written down and you can recover your private keys and regenerate your wallet, the fact that you do have a Chrome extension wallet or a hot wallet, if somebody hacks in your wallet online, they can sign a transaction, move your funds away. And again, here's an example of a DEX, a decentralized exchange. In the middle here, we have a Cardano wallet that we've connected to a DEX, and we're doing some yield farming. And of course, this could be hacked if somebody gets access to your wallet online. And here is a Binance account where you're trading coins, and that could be hacked. If somebody gets access to your password, there's nothing you can do about it. So would you keep your most valuable things at a hotel? Probably not. It's one way to look at it. So I've come up with two solutions. Both solutions work. And if you do not have money that you are able to invest into cold storage, a proper hardware wallet, it is fine. But you can maximize the security level depending on how much you really analyze this video. So it's very important. On the left side of the screen, we've got our basic level storage. This is perfect. Do this at the bare minimum. Okay, you don't have to do the pro level right away. You can work your way up to it, especially if you're not working with a lot of funds. But we'll get into that. You've got a hot wallet. Let's say you have a phone and you've got software on there, a crypto wallet, a trust wallet, Exodus, whatever it is. What you want to do is always keep a recovery seed phrase separate. So go into your wallet. Sometimes you have to do this immediately. So when it asks you to back up your recovery seed, you do that immediately. Do not put your seed on the internet. Do not put it on the cloud. Just write on paper, okay? This is free, simple, easy to access in an everyday carry. My recommendation is if you have less than $500 on it, perfect. Maybe you're a baller. If you're a millionaire, you can do whatever you want. But in this case, less than $500 worth of assets, go ahead and use it. Because when you're out and about, if you're wanting to buy something, you don't want all of your funds on cold storage because now you can't use it, right? What's the point of having crypto if it takes you, hours or you have to go to a certain place to gain access? The idea of cryptos is you can use it quick. Okay, so that's number one. Now the pro level, this is going to be for long-term storage. So this is kind of like your banking vault, your RSP, your TFSA, your Roth IRA if you're in the US. So a hardware wallet with a metal recovery is the best solution. I've got several different hardware wallets. The beautiful thing about a hardware wallet is that even if somebody gets access to the device itself, they still need your PIN. You could think of a cold storage solution as another layer of protection. I always recommend the Trezor Model T. And what we have here is a metal recovery seed. So what you can do, instead of writing your seed phrase that would regenerate your wallet, you would write your seed phrase on metal. And we're doing that in the course. Depending on where we're at, you've probably already seen the video. That is going to be crucial. This is going to protect you from the fact that paper can rip. You will have humidity issues. Maybe you get water on it. It has to be stainless steel. Okay, so that's the only thing that's going to protect you from a house fire up to, a certain amount of Fahrenheit. And you want to make sure you use the right link. So here we have a link to Trezor.io. So if we click this link, we will go to the official Trezor.io Model T link. Only buy a hardware wallet from the reputable website. Trezor, Ledger, Elipal, make sure you go to the right website. Triple check it, because some people will tamper with the device. Once you load up some crypto, they're going to send it to their own wallet. So just be wary of that. Question everything. Now, the downside to this is that it's cost effective, it's difficult to access, but that's good for long term. It also makes it so that you're not spending your money all the time. And then, of course, if you have more than $500, this is when I recommend getting into this level of security. Always keep separate from your wallet. So when you have a hardware wallet, you do not want to have your seed phrase with it. If somebody finds your hardware wallet and you've got your seed phrase next to it, that's not good. You don't want that, because somebody's going to take this, buy another device, and then just steal your crypto. You do not want this. In the case that you lose your hardware wallet, in this case the Trezor, as long as you have your backup seed, what you can do is order another one and then put in those words, and you could regenerate your wallet. Okay? And you also have your PIN that you can reset, so it's not a big deal. Ultimately, your seed is the most important aspect. Next, we have hiding your seed phrase. So I am diving deep into this. Nobody on the internet has dived in deeper than I have into securing your crypto assets. The best place to hide your seed phrase is somewhere that is both secure and easy to access. Now, again, I would say that's true for your hot wallets. And if you're not using that as your long-term storage, when I have a hot wallet, I have a specific amount that I have on there that I know that if I lose, it's not going to break my heart. So ask yourself what that number is. For me, it's going to be, at this point in time, less than $500. If I lose a couple $100, I'm okay, because the majority of my wealth is going to be on cold storage. So that's going to be dependent on you. Ask yourself what that number is. If you're getting started, I remember when I first started, if I lost $20, it was like somebody broke up with me over a 5-year relationship. So you want to question that. If you are using a hardware wallet such as the Ledger, which would be the middle picture, the Trezor, which is the one on the left, or the Elipal, which is on the right, the device itself is going to be a great level of security. So in fact, what you could do is buy 2 of the devices, put your private keys in both of them, and then put them in separate areas. And that's even better than a paper wallet. However, I do like having a private key on a metal, because at the end of the day, if the device ever breaks down, because it is electronic, that could happen and it would suck to lose access. I think you should have a copy of your private keys. Some will say otherwise. At the end of the day, just get a hardware wallet if you're working with a lot of crypto. So these wallets are designed to be extremely secure, and they are considered to be one of the safest options. Very true. Now we're going to get a little bit into where to store your device. It's great that you have your device. I would say that if you have a hardware wallet, you can bring it everywhere that you go. I wouldn't be flashing it, but if somebody gets access to it, they still need the PIN, and they would have to hack the device, which would be extremely difficult to do in a timely manner. So one of the best ways is to store your hardware wallet in a safe or your private keys. But again, keep them in separate areas. Just make sure that when you are storing your hardware wallet or your private keys, that you keep it tucked away. One thing that you can do is split your seed. So for example, if you have a 24-word seed phrase, you could keep the 12. So let's say this is you. You keep half of your words on a piece of paper, and then the other half, you leave it at your brother's house or somebody that you really trust. So you also know that the person that you give the other half to, they aren't going to take your seed. And what's good about it is that if somebody ever steals your page, they can't get access to your crypto because they only have half of the seed phrase. one way that I see this working very well is that if somebody breaks into your house and steals your paper seed, then they only get half of it. So if you have half of your words in the basement and then the other half of your words in your room, then you're fine, because they're probably not going to find both. So that's going to be a great option as well. Number 4 is digital storage. This I'm not very equipped with, but I've heard many good things. You can get these digital USB devices where you set up your own PIN, and people seem to like them. So definitely do more research on that, but I wanted to bring up that option. So at the end of the day, whatever option you choose, make sure to test your backup. Always test it. Make sure you wrote things down properly. And yeah, you just want to make sure to follow those steps. Implement this as you go. Always write down your recovery seed phrase. And that's all we have for you in this one. So we'll see you in the next video. Hope you're enjoying the course so far.